And then on top of all that, Ships also seems to be a new addition that they weren't playing with prior, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like, was it HS that normally plays for this team? The Estonian player, I think is where he's from. He doesn't seem to be on today, so I'm not sure if he got removed from the team. I haven't been keeping up with the news on Gamerlegi, if I'm 100% honest with you. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Then, of course, we have Mousesports, who we just saw a little bit earlier on deal with that Fate team in the upper bracket pretty easily. This is the upper bracket semifinals now. So when this gets on to that upper bracket finals, gets that much closer to Malmö. Obviously, Mousesports comes into this. Probably a heavy favorite again. There are a couple of pretty skilled players over at Gamerlegi. You know, Knock being the, like, you know, Swedish opera that everyone kind of has his eyes on to see if he's going to maybe go the way of an IP or Fnatic at some point. Then obviously Dennis, you're trying to see if he can recover his career on this team to some degree. And then Ships was a guy who was quite a skilled player on
for it again on Mirage. So is Chris J. Chris J at one point was one of those players with the scout that seemed like he's one of the best in the world. Frozen though, Desert Eagle alongside the flash of Woxi. Gonna chip in for the first kill. This is putting the pressure on Karrigan now. Drive by Deagle, forcing Gamerlegi to retreat back to the ramp again. They're not getting too much in the form of real estate. Kill from Ships though, definitely gonna put this back on the table. But tagged on the cross, this is putting them even more in that range of the Desert Eagle. One shot anywhere on either Scream or Dennis will yield them dead. In the meanwhile, 20 seconds left, Dust. I mean, this is looking like it could be slipping away from Gamerlegi. Big kill, but there's Karrigan. And now it's down to Scream. Coming out of Palace, goes down to the hands of Woxi. Also making a move through Connector. I don't think anyone from the CTs realizes this. They're playing way more statically and passively at the backside, setting up crossfire. Woxi finally gonna land. Scream tested and won too many times. And Hampus, his position's about to be compromised alongside Dennis. Hampus goes out, but he's getting caught from so many different angles. He's living on borrowed time. I'm amazed he even got a Deagle shot off onto Karrigan.
Yeah, these Deagles aren't fun in anything, are they, Vince? They've done some damage, but not going to find a frag, so flawless victory for Mousesports. They'll be able to even collect some of those Deagles next few moments. Quick rush from Gamerlegi with these pistols, but not expecting a whole hell of a lot, Vince.
Certainly not, especially as they're running into the blender that is Frozen with the SG. Bomb's gone down first. Player to his left-hand side is going to check that. Also, one just jumped up into window, which is going to be Hampus. Nork's going to get destroyed by Karrigan, but it's Hampus that's moving through on Kitchen. Just a Glock. Should get the drop on Chris J, who's still eagle-eyed up into apps. Can't realistically go for the knife because of the angle.
Is in play for Chris J, actually. Voxic holds on to the scout, so not the double sniper setup you were looking for, but it's the one that we're going to be given.
Oh, Ships. Chris J is going a bit too aggressive on short. It's not going to be the end of the world for Mousesports, because they still have Karrigan, who's in pretty healthy shape on the site, plus Frozen. Going to take away some of the pressure that we're starting to build up on mid.
Problem is that B is really vulnerable. Karrigan's kind of playing off of Catwalk to support Frozen and keep control of middle. In the meantime, he's got to worry about his...
Know how deadly he is with this gun. Karrigan, in the meanwhile, if you go back a long way, was a main AWPer, but... Hampus equal to the task. Damage being inflicted. Hampus has got 2. Molotov kill onto Nork. Hampus with a 3rd. He is holding the line. He is doing so much work for Gamerlegi. May have single-handedly rescued this round that was looking like it was really up for grabs. And Woxi in the meanwhile is going to be able to get away. And I think he was looking for an AK that's just disappeared.
Okay, where they would relentlessly attack window very quickly. And it'd be really, really hard to deal with. That's what Chips is trying to do here. Does find that entry on the Voxic as well. Nice little response from Chris J, though, to even it back up.
You just know that Voxic's tilted off that. He's like, why is he there? Especially once the smoke is cleared and you're so vulnerable to exactly what Chris J did. Just peek around the side and get the free kill. But it's those kind of unorthodox plays that can really catch you off guard. However, now that Ships has been seen doing it once, I wouldn't be surprised if Mousesports try and counteract that in the next few rounds. Frozen, though, aggression in Palace. Not an angle you can typically check at Hampus. You can see he had no idea, had no hope of getting that done. Drops with the AWP. Not something you see every day. At the back of CT, and maybe that's why. As Nork is going to deal with him convincingly. And Gamerlegi, although they're a player behind, they are taking... very aggressive positions on the site. Nork going for the plant with 23 seconds remaining. Didn't need to rush that. And that could have just cost them the round. Scream 1-on-3 with an AK-47. Oh.
And so Mousesports do pull another one over. A save round for Gamerlegi.
But first kill from Woxi. Once again, he's been consistently very good today. Frozen going to hold on to Connector, taking negligible damage in the end. Just dropped down to 63. Does put him in the range of the likes of the P250. But with that smoke being deployed from Woxi, Gamerlegi going to have to go back to their plan B, which is the B site itself. They already have Nork, who's up close to the P250, but Chris J has the cross. There's the headshot, never in doubt.
Oh, they're screwed.
He's anticipating a push straight afterwards, but Gamerlegi were a bit too slow. So they're getting in here labored, and that's where the grenades really become a nuisance.
Yeah, they're done. But
yeah, this round it's all over.
Dennis, 1v5 for Deagle. Vince, get ready to cast it. Go. It's going to be the best clutch you've ever casted in your life. Right here.
I don't know, man. Carrigan.
Take it away.
Yeah. Great.
Try, you gotta add.
Now they're starting to make a move with those two MAC-10s. They only have one smoke and flash remaining. They'll be smoking onto the site, but there's Woxi. A small gap opened up, and he made the most of it. Kills going in direction of the CTs. Bomb still sprawled out into the open. Gonna be picked up, gonna try and force the plant down again, but no one is covering Hampus. Scream and Ships on two different planets. And Mousesports will make them collide with a 6-2 lead.
Skilled lineups out there like a Liquid or like what FaZe used to be. Even a Strauss to a degree has a lot of really skilled players, but this Mousesports team is really built to be that type of team. Then even the perfect leader for that type of team, a Kerrigan, who has played on different international teams that have been really relying on skills. So they have that luxury of being able to kind of rotate players on who's going to be popping off.
And this is why it was so enticing when this roster kind of came together, and why I think a lot of people, myself included, I think you were also in the same boat, expected Mousesports to get to the playoffs and maybe even challenge for like a semi-final spot. But they got very unfortunate with the run of games. Like they played.
I feel like
Astralis and Liquid, I think, in the last
Mousesports
two
and
games.
Energy or say it again. It was Vitality and Liquid. Yeah.
Oh, Vitality, yeah. So two of the top teams in the world. Although Vitality had their own struggles, of course.
Yeah, right on. Already making the roster change as well at the first moment's notice of struggle. They didn't waste any time at all on that. As of course, we're still waiting to see who's going to replace NBK over there. This round's just kind of a gimme, so just kind of talking through it. But yeah, I feel like Mousesports and Energy are almost on the same trajectory. Like there are two teams from one from Europe, one from NA, who have really skilled lineups. With Energy's case,
Nork does have his.
What's this? What is this from Kerrigan? Oh, he's been found out. Oh no, that had so much potential on it.
Yeah. It's not necessarily an angle that many people check either. It's a really cheeky sort of like one and done position, but he got found.
And that was the end of it after that too. I mean, Ships is just kind of slammed through everything here, already into the back of CT spawn, just Rops left, who had control of Palace, but that's not going to do him a whole hell lot of good when he's all on his own. He's been found out by Scream, so flawless victory from Gamerlegi.
Barely draw away fire and
distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that peek from Woxi. This is why I love watching this guy. He's so aggressive. It did work against him on Inferno earlier today, but so far, so good. Chris J. Slight gap in the smoke, or at least playing on the right side of it. Flashbang in his eyes. He's going to come back out again and try and wide peek Dennis. No, Dennis to get the veteran. There's a solid flashbang as well. Could be more. His attention turned to Connector. Woxi still in underpass. How is he not dead yet? Finally goes down. Jesus, I thought he could have spin around for another kill. It would have been absolute madness. And now Hampus is the last man standing. He's going to go back and retrieve the bomb. There's still plenty of time left. And if Mousesports split away from each other, this is doable.
Yeah, but it looks like we are going to see Kerrigan pushing up on the bomb carrier right now. This is going to be Hampus, and Rops is there for support, so they might even be able to trade if worse comes to worse, but it's not going to be needed. Kerrigan finds it, and that's Kerrigan and Chris J. Can they hold off these remaining players that are going to be pushing through the apartments?
Chris J, in this identical position, has done so much work for Mousesports, but he's about to get overwhelmed. He needs someone to come in through the kitchen. Does flick across for that second kill, which is pretty massive, all things considered. Frozen's being aggressed on from the backside, but he just peeks out by himself, raw, and gets cooked up by Nork. And now Rops, underpass his location. It may be his sanctuary as well if he decides to pull the plug and not go for this retake. Does have an AK, which is a huge get for the CTs. Very unlikely he can get this clutch going. Plus, when you look at the economy of Frozen, Chris J, and Woxi, doesn't really make for great reading, so they actually need to hold on to this AK.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to give a lot of credit to Chris J for finding 2 kills with Kerrigan going down so fast, and him just really being isolated. on an island there. It's a lot. I think...
You know, we're kind of highlighting Gamerlegi's issues. Oh, there's that flick from Woxi. Doesn't get put down. He's actually going to hold his ground as well. A lot of AWPers would piece out of there, anticipating a potential rush in to try and counteract.
What can he do with this aggressive angle is going to be kind of the big question, because he's again on an island, no help. He has the CZ. He does a fair amount of damage. It takes down to 7, but it's not going to be good enough. It does slow down Gamerlegi a bit, so this means that we do see Karrigan and Rops get into position. Can they stop this, though, is the question. So far, no is the answer.
That's a bruh moment from Rops there. We saw him struggle a bit with the spray on Dust too as well, but needs to be getting at least a kill from that if they're going to have any hope of you taking...
Now to focus on playing all right. Having a game leader come in. I think they're really all knock against him, SL, as he's like not a super skilled player. They have the one young gun on their team, and that's really it. But I really do think Allah's been like huge for that team. He's really consistent threat.
Yeah, he's a fantastic AWPer, to be honest, and he's got a huge amount of experience. Hampus, in the meanwhile, is going to try and dust away the cobwebs of the B site. And Gamerlegi going to get those 2 entries. To be fair, as we said, just an AWP and a Deagle were in play, so you can't really expect too much. As the bomb carrying Dennis decides that the wall is his enemy, just sprays it all up, fair enough. But Gamerlegi going to get their 6th round, and we also discussed earlier that this was looking like it could just get out of control for Gamerlegi, so massive credit that they've managed to battle back and make this really competitive.
Yeah, that's very true. There definitely was that moment there a little bit earlier where I thought that this thing was going to be like an 11-4, 10-5 type half, almost guaranteed. Now, all of a sudden, Gamerlegi, they've won, I think, what, now the last 3 rounds in a row with this one? So, definitely a good recovery.
Oh, bro. Oh, knock. That's dirty. That first bullet would have scared the crap out of Rops. It whizzed past his eyes. Second one was on point. His Woxi can be all told onto his AWP. He needs to keep it. Gonna double peek.
Well, they're actually really going toe-to-toe nicely here on their T side of Mirage.
Not the ideal start. Frozen's been dealt with in the first 5-10 seconds by Dennis, who just goes straight for the entry on Connector. And it was Frozen who was in 13-2 at one point, now 15-8. So the tides have turned a little bit for him. Still great stats, of course, but not quite shifting through the gears as fast as before. Chris J puts down the hurt with his M4A1S. Actually, pardon me, it was Rops. So, one player has fallen apiece, but Gamerlegi have so much more grenades, Dust. They've got way more utility.
Oh, yeah. Definitely looking good to just split the save bomb side. I have a player coming underpass, which can go connector. Dennis still patrolling middle. 1 ramp, 1 palace. The one thing that could go wrong is Rops' position on the balcony. If he's able to pull off a play onto Hampus, take control of Palace for himself, and kind of anchor that, it could still be really hard on Gamerlegi to make the split. And Karrigan's actually cut off middle. So this is actually going kind of either way at this point.
Big kill from Hampus. He has the right idea in Shadow as well. He's going to be tossing in that Molotov. Meanwhile, Dennis is coming out swinging. Molotov not going to spread to Rob, so he can stay in position. Scream has to face him. He does have the bomb. This is potentially a huge kill, and Scream's not even looking in Shadow. Maybe baited out by the Molotov, assuming it was clear. But don't make any assumptions in Counter-Strike. Fortunately, though, Hampus is there to lend a helping hand, but it's a one-on-one. Woxi against Hampus doesn't have his trademarked AWP. Instead, with the M4, can he manage to rummage this together with the assault rifle? Flash over, not going to affect Woxi at all, just stalls him a little bit, allows Hampus to get back onto the firebox. Woxi has no grenades to play with, also no kit. There is a flashbang to his right-hand side on the corpse of his teammate, which he's about to pick up, and may go for the flashbang or just jump up and get the free kill onto Hampus. It stood to reason with his positioning. The only place he could realistically be is either on default or firebox. Very well played by Woxi.
Yeah, he kind of just was able to sneak in there, and so he might use the smoke off stairs or jungle or CT, then a pop flash for everyone to push in with. So let's see what duels they can come up with. Ooh, that's a weird boost.
That boost is filth. That's not an angle you typically get headshot from Dennis's perspective, but because of the boost, Rops just instantly lasered him out of the round. At least Gamerlegi did get 1 kill beforehand, and now ships the back of the site. He said, let's see what this guy has in store. There's the answer. 2 kills and a third. The bomb's gone down as well. Ships 4K in the round, just takes it away from Mousesports. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Ooh. Rip.
Hello.
Well, the hero of the last round has been silenced. Karrigan. He's the giant killer. Karrigan. All right. Leading by example. The veteran. That is brutal for Gamerlegi. They're gonna have to split up so much. Scream now is.
Are they gonna do it
basically
again,
all alone.
Vince? They've won so many second rounds on these forces, man. It's been uncanny how often I've seen it happen, and it might happen here again.
Carrigan's like, watch this, boys. I'm going in. I'm getting another one. It wasn't a one-tap, but it still got the job done. 3 kills to his name. B-site's taken. Gamerlegi may have half a mind to save.
Dude.
He dropped a couple.
Screamer was
away.
blinder than Ray Charles with sunglasses on.
So,
Like, I mean, he was so blind. One character. Oh man.
The thing is, with today's climate, I don't even know what's okay and what isn't okay. So
Yeah.
it's like you're constantly stepping on eggshells. Gamerlegi, in the meanwhile, can be playing very, very. I don't necessarily say scared, but certainly defensive. They're not going for any peaks. They're trying to play to their weapons' advantages. She's going to get them the 1 kill. Dennis actually doubles up. That's really impressive. I was not expecting that. I thought it was a one-and-done spot for him. Frozen's being tagged left and right. He knows where these, at least one of these 2 players is in short. There's a dink, and there's the finish off from Nox. Now they know where both players are. Scream's going to head back towards B. Still some time to play with, and Mousesports both tagged up from the scout. Both one bullet away from death.
Yeah, they are bleeding out big time right now. Definitely in need of a tourniquet as Frozen's trying to bring this bomb into the A site. He does have Rops for some support over on the A ramp. Trying to flash in the CT spawn. They have no idea where the 2 remaining CTs are. They have to be worried about everything, but they do get the plant off nonetheless.
Downside is they have no nades. Only one flashbang and a decoy. Frozen be playing up close. Definitely hears the footsteps. Knows at least one player is stairs. There's the other one. Lands the first headshot. This is now firmly in favor of Mousesports, and Rops will pick up the pieces. So it was looking scary, but they have now. As if people are spamming Vladimir Putin in my chat, mate. Lads, let's all calm down.
Wait, what?
Why is that a thing?
This is like worse than a Majors Club chat. I don't think we could get better, worse than that.
What is that?
I'm not sure, man. Either way, I mean, this round's pretty much a dumpster fire, or at least it should be. It really shouldn't be too much coming out of Gamerlegi here. So it should be number 12 for Mousesports just around the corner as they just pour into this B-bomb site.
Yeah, this round is certainly.
Your chat needs Jesus.
It really does. Yeah, Vlad,
We've known that for some time, though.
I see what you did there. Nice. Bomb plants in. Ships the closest player. Maybe looking for some exits in kitchen, but he's about to get pushed. Player behind him. Oh, he's turned around. I thought he might have a knife. Does dink Woxi, but again, that is the nightmare of the USP against armor. It basically does nothing. So 12-7, Dust.
Yep.
Is this too far gone?
I don't think so. I mean, there's still a good buy coming up from Gamerlegi in the next round, so there's still certainly a way back into this. I think the biggest thing, though, is you have to disturb Mousesports a little bit here. You have to try to, either control middle a little bit, maybe get a little bit aggressive on the extremity, essentially. And Gamerlegi really doesn't have any presence.
Yeah, I do wonder if maybe they should try and shift it up in the next few rounds. Because, I mean, Chris Shea, just a free one tap. There's another one. No one has short control. Yeah. No one has mid control at all. Maybe it's time to just switch it up here, Gamerlegi. You're dying a slow, painful death. Yeah. At least try and take the
There's
initiative.
No way Chris Shea should be allowed to just walk up cat like that and get a free one tap. It didn't even say that they were aware they were going to be up cat. Like, you have to have some presence in middle or connector, or you have to be playing aggressive catwalk, or do all three. That's what a lot of teams do. You have, like, kind of a crossfire type of connector and catwalk, but they're not doing any of that. Full save here from Gamerlegi for the most part, except for a couple of upgraded pistols. Stack on the A bomb site, mostly up close on the A ramp, so they might get tagged in the back here from connector. They also do have a player, Chris J, who can come window. He is going to get his kill, and everything's really fallen right now. The dominoes on the floor as the spawn makes its way into the A-bomb sites. And we shouldn't be seeing a whole hell of a lot unless Scream comes up with something with the Deagle. The edge shot machine, what can he do? Absolutely nothing.
Well,
he's done.
I don't know if you saw that, but Woxi just pulled off one of the sickest spray controls I've seen in a while. That was absolutely disgusting. Yeah, he's against an eco, but still, like, that was really impressive. He has gone down to the hands of Nork.
Mm-hmm.
Rip in pepperoni side. He's going to be called upon. Good flick across. Was flashbanged. Tries the other way. He knows there's a potential of multiple grenades landing on him. And seeing as he has no smoke, especially Molotov's going to cause him a great deal of damage. That peek from Dennis. Yeah. I don't know about that, Chief.
He had no idea Chris J was up that close. Chris J got up so fast. I think Ships thought that he had kind of prevented the A-ramp push-up. But once he got pushed off by some damage, it was open for the taking. Voxi has control of window. Again, it's just that rapid pace that Mousesports can bring. It's also the role flexibility. You have a guy like Chris J who kind of is resorted to the edges of the map nowadays because Frozen and Kerrigan are typically kind of the entry combo. But depending on the spawns and depending on what Mousesports wants to do, Chris J can be an entry rifle. He's done it lots of times in the past, and he definitely came up big that round.
Scrape the bottom of the barrel here for optimism. There isn't much to really go off.
Yeah,
it's pacing change from Mousesports. It's not from Gamerlegi. Scream. There we go. Headshots coming in. Finally, he's awoken from his slumber. Is it too little too late, though? Gamerlegi do have the advantage in terms of players, but here come Rops and Voxic. Both in fine form. Bomb's been dropped out. Because of how quick that rush was, though, there's still a minute and 20 to play with. They don't have to rush into anything now. Chips has been spotted by Rops, as has Dennis, but the FAMAS will triumph over the AK-47. Voxic going to try and make this as punishing as possible. They don't necessarily need to win the round to win the match here. If they can get the economy down low enough for Gamerlegi, it's going to hurt them going forward. But Ships with a solid M4 headshot, they do live the fight another. Cheeky, but very nicely done by Ships. Rops had no idea what was up against him.
That's tough if you're Mousesports. You've already lost one side of the map. Kerrigan trying to take it back by coming out connector. No one aware of this. Kerrigan just gets these two for free. How does this keep happening? It's a Gamerlegi. It was Chris J up Cat a few rounds ago. Now it's Kerrigan sneaking through.
But the ebb and flow has gone back in favor of Gamerlegi. Hampus changing his angles. Well played with the FAMAS. Maybe there is life.
Yes, Kerrigan will be coming underpass to meet up with Frozen, so they still want to get some mid-control involved.
As you say, not a commitment with the bomb drop where it currently is, but with Voxic's kill, maybe this will turn into a commitment. Scream needs to be landing those shots, needs to be doing better from this position. Does come back in with one. Going to be shimmying across. It's Chris J that's fending off against him. Oh, the timing nearly working against Scream, but he holds the line one kill longer. But they've invested quite a lot of their attention over on the B side, and now Mousesports making a move with the bomb back in T-spawn through Rops towards A.
And Kerrigan already has control of jungle as well. Again, coming up through connector. Frozen still patrolling middle from the catwalk area. So they have mid presence. They have Kerrigan in jungle. Frozen's found the pick onto Dennis, which is the solo lay defender. Bomb comes in. Rops can plant. And this is over. Frozen's found Scream as well. And it's all on Ships with the AWP.
1 on 3 for Ships. Bomb planted. If he planted that shot, it would have been something truly